Hey guys. And he was kind of beating all around the bush, and he said the reason was because really the person he has back home is his spin-dom, and that she finally, and I was like, what? That's a thing?
But there's applying it, and then there's the actual action of communication.
Right.
Like when you discipline a child. You tell
Keep going. And then when we do it, you gotta say, "Scissor me, daddy." Like that. All right?
No, you know.
This is
Different.
not the fucking thing to do. Like,
They think that's normal.
I got you, like, buddy.
I can't.
Can't help her.
Minutes later, I see a pizza slide under my door. No contact. Like, I'm good.
You see the pizza slide under the door with the hands, and your fucking hand slam down on top of it and grab his.
We have an initial physical type of what we like to see initially, because our eye is always drawn to something. I can see a tall guy, big and broad shoulders, and I'm like, ooh, nice. But if he talks to me, and I'm gonna be like, maybe not. Okay, so Mike, until we get the rest of the guys in, do you want to start with your first question for us ladies? First of all, are you drinking a Capri Sun?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. First things first, what is happening?
Okay. So, welcome to We Got Questions podcast. I am one of your hosts, co-host, Mr. Hennessy. I am joined with every week the basic one.
Hi.
Yeah, always, we're always here. But welcome to We Got Questions once again. Everybody is watching so far. Make sure that you like and subscribe, following us. Hit the notification bell for every time we go live. You know that we're going live. That's the good part. My birthday was last week, so shout out to me, for turning 39.
Yes.
I'm old as fuck.
Happy birthday again.
Mm-hmm.
Hi guys. Hello.
What's up, Matt? What up? What up, Chrissy?
Welcome.
She made it back. Basically when I'm ready to log into here, my computer decides it wants to update.
Oh, that's rich, huh?
Oh, that's asshole material.
Right.
Yeah, that's asshole. Thank you, Natty. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. But yes, computer decides like, okay, it's time for me to update and everything. So I'm sitting here a whole 7 minutes worth of updates. So yeah. Fun times, right?
It was out to get you.
It was meant to be. So yeah. But I'm gonna let the basic one give us our topic for the day. What are we talking about today? Basic. You rubbing your hands together.
Yeah. Because this should be interesting. And listen,
you about to eat something.
No, that would be like a much slower one like this right here.
Real sadistical and maniacal.
Tonight we're talking about like the need for confirmation and affirmations and compliments during the dating stage and during relationships, and whether or not it's something that we feel like we need, and if it's something that we actually do in relationships. Because I think there's no right or wrong, of course. We all have our own personal preferences. And tonight, again, like all of our shows, is about understanding. And so if anybody has a different perspective on anything that's said here and might feel a different way personally for themselves, please share, because we might have questions for you. We want to understand like how this applies to you and if it's important to you or not. You were saying that this came up from you by a conversation that you, and is it pink?
Oh, wow. Did it match your background?
Yes. Did you see that? Is there an upgrade at it? That just made me so happy.
I could tell.
Because usually it's like that standard white, but it was pink this time.
Yeah, that was dope. I like that. If it matched the background, we got to find out when you do it when you're not around that background.
Right.
Yeah. But yes, It was a conversation I was having, and
Mm-hmm.
once again, the conversation is about compliments, reassurance, and affirmations. Is it important
Mm-hmm.
in relationships? Um, yeah, it was a conversation I was having. The someone I was dating, they had told me that I wasn't complimenting enough, that I wasn't saying particular things. That's where it stemmed
Really?
from. Yeah, it was a while ago, but that's what was told, that I was not
Okay. I
complimenting
already have
enough. But
questions. You
that
see
wasn't the
my
first
wheels start to
time.
spin?
It wasn't the first time that I heard it, and I was like, I didn't realize that I wasn't doing it.
Oh,
So, not trying to make a full thing out of it, but
right.
I can say that I felt myself detached from saying it. Not that I didn't want to, I just didn't realize I wasn't saying it.
Got it.
It's not
I
that
have
I
some
did not.
questions for you.
Okay, it's not that I did not feel like I didn't want to say it to them
Got
or
it.
anything like that. I just
Mm-hmm.
didn't know in that. I don't know. I just wasn't paying it no attention.
Yeah.
So the person was feeling like, I was treating them like a friend. I wasn't treating them like somebody that I was interested with, and I was like, no, I'm interested in you, of course,
Yeah.
but I didn't know I didn't know I had a detachment from it.
Right.
So it took me some time,
Right.
to get
I don't
myself in
want
the.
you to
Go ahead.
say that like it's something wrong with you because you
No,
don't do it. I don't
no.
want you to like think of it like that. But I
Mm-mm.
think that, of course, some of us are already aware that it's more important, like it's important to us to hear.
Yeah.
But I think, and this is an observation, and you can tell me if I'm wrong,
No, I'll
and then we
take your
can go into all
observation.
of our questions. But like, I remember you saying to me, and not to me, but you were saying in a live that a woman once told you that you were beautiful, and you were just kind of like, "Don't say that because it makes me feel uncomfortable." And I wonder if that kind of correlates with why you don't necessarily feel, not that you don't feel those things for another person, but that why you don't necessarily immediately understand the instinct for a person to need um compliments because you don't necessarily need them yourself.
Yeah.
So do you think that might be the correlation between the two? Because you don't necessarily need them. They kind of make you feel uncomfortable. And not that you don't think that the other person is beautiful, but because that's how it applies to you, you don't automatically, your brain doesn't go to, I need to let this person know, I need to let them know how I feel and how beautiful I think they are and all that. You think that has something to do with it?
Yeah, it could
Yeah.
potentially. It
Okay.
potentially could. I don't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't say. For me personally, excuse me. It's not
Mhm.
their fault or anything like that.
No. Right.
No one did anything, but it's just a curve that I'm going through. Possibly,
Okay.
it's something that I'm. It's almost like you're catching me in that space of reevaluating how I'm personally feeling towards everything, and it's not a you thing. It's not. It probably is just how I'm evaluating how things starting to look because my mindset around stuff is changing. Um, the dating
That-
scene for me is changing. Acknowledging everybody in the compliments. I'm in compliments. Comments. Welcome in everybody. Chief,
Hi
Carell,
guys. Hey Chief.
Natty, everybody, all 10 of you. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all liking this and make sure y'all subscribing
Right.
to this.
And
Share this out to
tell a
people.
friend.
hmm Basic art, Melissa. She told y'all, tell a friend to tell a friend. She ain't playing the fucking game.
Tell a friend, and tell them, come on.
Bring that ass. But just like it's a I don't know. This is just a new work in progress for me.
Okay.
And maybe I'm in the process of changing and I don't know it because I do
Well,
believe. Oh, good.
so let me just, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize
No,
for
you're
that.
good. You're good.
I just, like, I hear you saying it, and I hope, and maybe I'm interpreting it this differently. You can tell me if I'm wrong.
hmm
I hope that by you hearing these things from people who are telling you that you didn't necessarily give them compliments, I hope that doesn't make you feel like that maybe you need to reevaluate yourself in relationships. I feel like this. You can both understand the importance for affirmations for the person that you're with, but you also have to do what feels comfortable to you. And maybe instead, if telling a person all the time that they're beautiful is not something that you necessarily go to and that you're comfortable with, maybe you can find other ways to just let them know that they are special to you. And And I say this because you probably are one of the nicest people that I know, right? And so I know you're not just not going around, like you're not going around not giving compliments just because you just don't want to give compliments to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think if it's not something that you're naturally comfortable with, I don't want you to be like, maybe I need to reevaluate myself. I think you can full on like acknowledge that the people that you're with might want that from you. And maybe if it's not comfortable for you, there can be other ways that you can show how you feel about them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To affirm how you feel about them.
Yeah.
And maybe, you know what I mean? That kind of thing.
I do think that it's just, it's not and what you're saying is completely understood. But one thing about me is that I'm learning to, if it's a problem, I need to adjust and retool myself, put myself in a better position, not do something that's going to be detrimental. I don't believe in being detrimental. I don't believe in being a certain way. So if I'm not doing a particular thing and it's being told to me, I'm looking at, yo, Chaz, what's going on? I'm looking at it. You can grab the comments if you want. My hands is because I don't want to lose my point.
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll get to your comments in just a second.
Yes. Hold on, I'm gonna take it down while you talk because I don't want to distract you.
I just don't want to, it's just a learning curve for me in the process of everything. And I'd rather take responsibility for how I'm moving in these moments.
Okay.
And I do know that sometimes it, when a readjustment is happening, it has to happen. But I'm also probably busy at the same time. My work life has been, something last week. Like people would think I was ignoring them for not even talking half of the time. Yeah. And it's like, I'm working till 5:30 in the afternoon.
I get it. Yeah.
So when I'm working from 5 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and I'm up at 3 something in the morning, chances are my day has gotten away from me. So that's really what that is. And it's like sometimes I guess it's like, I don't know, I'm going through an adjustment. So it's like,
I get that.
Yeah, I'm just going through an adjustment, and it's hard work behind it, but it's something that I'm just going to adjust to and wind up changing at some point. But I feel bad for the people that weren't patient with me with it.
So this is what we'll do. I do want to go over the comments, but I want to draw from both of our personal experiences when we ask these questions, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I feel like you are definitely in a stage right now where you are reevaluating things and understanding things about yourself. So a lot of my questions are like kind of questions that give like that base root for us to like dig deeper. I think we probably have differing styles in the way we give compliments, but I think it's important for us to think about also what we need. You know what I mean? And thinking about those things, like how we would handle it and what we need for us. But we can be, since we're the only people up here, we're our guinea pigs, right? So we're going to ask each other questions and draw from it. I like the fact that we have two different opposing sides to this, right? Because I feel like this will be cool to figure out the understanding from both.
Yeah.
Right?
And the best part is that I'm not difficult. So I'm going to answer the question because I put my, how would you say it? I put my liability, I don't know if that's the right word. I put myself on a line.
You let your guard down.
Bam.
Who? Oh, okay.
Correct.
For a second, I was like, "Whose auntie is this? My aunt?" And I don't know.
No, that's not.
No, I know. I had to read for a second. I had to read for a second. Okay, hold on. You got a comment here. It says there's an aspect of it.
My last name is Holland.
I was like, I don't think that's my aunt. There's an aspect of it that, like, for me, I remember not experiencing compliments being offered between my parents. Love that perspective. I'm gonna hold it, pin it, because we got to come back to this. Like, you already got me with that between my parents, and so it wasn't something that I automatically understood. Had to learn that, especially when I realized it. It was something that I needed. Like, words of affirmation is one of my top love languages. I also had to learn how to be a reciprocal partner. You said a lot there. I appreciate it all, like legitimately. Renata Holland, I apologize that I thought you were my aunt. I'm so sorry. But it's Ned's aunt. Ned's
aunt. Yes.
Not mine. So it's okay.
It's all good.
So, should I say Julian? Just Julian? Julian, I have questions. Well, first, let me just say this. You struck a nerve with me because, and not in a bad way, but I just realized that I grew up, not in a not like my, it wasn't that my parents weren't loving. My mom just wasn't the kind of, let me take that back. No, my mom and dad, I didn't really watch them give compliments to one another.
Okay.
If that makes
sense. Yeah.
But they did it to their children, like to us, but not to one another. But I think sometimes when I look back on my mom and dad's dynamic with each other as partners, I do think that in a lot of ways it helped me to figure out what I do want versus what I don't want in relationships. And it also greatly affects the way I approach how I show love. Because while I know they loved each other, it was not one of those things that was so obviously and outwardly shown, right? They didn't do, my dad would bring my mom flowers and stuff like that. I remember distinctly like core memories of my mom getting like a dozen roses from my dad, like on a regular basis. But them saying to each other and being openly affectionate and like loving outwardly to one another in front of us was not something that we necessarily witnessed. And I know, like, of course, in my youth, I didn't understand that there would be any significance to that. But I do think that the way that they communicated and showed love had a lot to do with the way I choose to communicate and show love, which my mom will tell you is very different from her style. She will tell you I'm very soft and very loving and very like sweet and lovey-dovey, and she doesn't really understand that. But it definitely had an effect on the way I choose to show love.
Right.
And like I said, they just didn't do it with one another. And it wasn't that they didn't love each other. Oh, sorry, the balloons really scared me for a second, like startled me.
Tony!
It wasn't that they didn't love each other, because like I said, my dad would send my mom flowers and stuff like that, and they would go out on dates, but they just didn't outwardly like verbally communicate love to one another.
Right.
And my dad is the kind of guy, when he gets
Chaz.
off the phone with us or my mom, anybody, he'll be like, I love you. But my mom's not really that person.
Okay.
And she once told me it's because she didn't grow up seeing that.
Right.
In her family. And so it wasn't that she didn't love you, she just didn't feel comfortable. Because it wasn't something she grew up understanding. My phone is always doing something. You should have seen the thumbs up earlier. It was pink like my lights. So cool.
The excitement about this is just funny as shit to me.
So excited about it. Okay, so go ahead, Mike.
So Charlene wrote something in the comments. She said, do you know the story of your parents before kids? She's saying before y'all, did you know what your parents were? But you can answer that in a second. Because a lot of the times we don't have a full version of them, because sometimes they've moved past a certain thing. So we don't even know what's the origins of a lot of this shit anyway. So,
right.
Why do I see that as a potential thing of why a lot of people are desensitized towards things? Not that you didn't want to be, complimentary to your person and giving out the affirmations and all the love that you could possibly do to show them something, because I definitely am that person. It was more or less a lately thing for me.
Yeah.
And I guess it's almost like when the computer is trying to reboot, as my computer the fuck did earlier with all its updates.
Right.
It's like when the computer is trying to reboot, You know it works. You know everything is okay with it, but why is it rebooting?
Yeah.
That's what I'm feeling like. Not necessarily
Mhm.
currently right at this very moment. I would just say in the past few weeks to over a month, I've been rebooting because
Mhm.
I've absorbed a lot of information over a period of time. I had to recalculate. Coming back to the show was a part of my rebooting process,
Mhm.
like learning new ways, new things, new this mentally, and seeing
Yeah.
how I can move this. So it was like catching someone when they're at their busiest, but you don't realize you don't even realize as the person that's the busiest that you're that busy
Yeah.
mentally. It's not like
Yeah.
I'm physically not busy because people can get around me, but I'm mentally busy.
Mhm.
And I think that I'm not, but I actually am. People tell me
Yeah.
all the time, Mike, you busy, bro. I'm like, nah, like you can hit me up anytime. But now I get it. I am. I'm more mentally busy than anything.
Right.
Because it's that, and then on top of that, with my job, I'm trying to perfect my craft a little bit more,
Mhm.
like being quicker at my
Yeah.
job. Because I've had meetings with my manager that, you've been a little slower on stuff. Your times is over,
Mhm.
or this or that. So I'm like, okay, now I gotta go up. Like I have to, you know, find other ways to do stuff, talking to other people and how the stuff work, and like all that. Like I got you, Chaz, in 1 second. And then I guess you can answer Charlene's question after this.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a reboot. It definitely is a reboot. I can acknowledge that as a reboot because my focus is different now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was subconsciously me turning 39, knowing that I'm gonna be 40 next year,
Mhm.
and in the position that I am in my life, the stuff I'm getting rid of, unconsciously, like I'm trying to weed stuff out, like I'm trying to take things and really move away from them. Like has to be new stages in my life. I have to let go of old relationships that just don't serve me anymore, like, and I hold on to things and, like, though, like, there's a chance that I'll probably never get the things that I would love for myself.
Yeah.
So I have to mentally prepare to say, okay, it's time for you to move on.
Mhm.
Really, really move on. Let go of my limerence, let go of my old passions, old fears, all these things, so that the proper person or proper people can get the proper compliments from me. Because when people are ready to do what they're ready to do, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Like I have to retool and repackage who I am because I know what I potentially can give, and all I want to do is keep getting better and being better at what I'm actually giving.
Right. So you're reevaluating for yourself
Hmm.
the way you approach your relationships with other people and how you show like love to other people.
Yeah. And the reality of things is what makes me do that.
Yeah.
It's the reality of their lives. So,
Yeah.
like, if you are a person that I feel like is moving a certain way,
Mhm.
um, how can I enter into your life where you don't want, not saying you don't want me in your life, but you don't want parts of me in your life, like friendships, relationships, anything along the lines,
Mhm.
because you're in the process of changing who you are.
Okay.
Now, if you want me to explain further, I can,
Yeah.
what I mean by that.
Yeah, because yes. And I only say that because I and you can tell me if I'm wrong. It sounds like you're saying that you're trying to reevaluate it so that you can, if a person doesn't want certain parts of you in their life,
Hmm.
you can learn how to move those things out of the way.
No, that's not it.
Okay. Okay.
What I mean by that is that when you don't have space for people in your life,
Okay.
friends, anything like that. Like I try to hang out with friends
Yeah.
or try to be around people, but they're moving the way that they need to move for them and doing
So,
things they need to. So I don't want to feel like, okay, I'm stagnant right now. I'm hoping and praying on things that don't exist anymore.
okay.
Like I'm putting myself in position to be this type of person where I don't realize that I need to be continuously being things that I said that I'm gonna do. So I won't lose focus, won't lose things. And I'm gonna give you an example. When me and my uncle was doing my podcast together, joining up with the other group, I felt myself going forward, but in the process of that, I left my show behind. Right.
Okay. Mhm.
So I was putting myself in positions for other things and other people, but I wasn't doing what I needed to do for me, and what I needed to
Gotcha.
continue to do. So that got left on the back burner, and I forgot me in the process.
Right.
I started doing other things for other people, and I started
Okay.
people pleasing for myself. And in the
Mhm.
middle of me doing that, I didn't realize that I'm losing Mike. I'm losing Mike within there somewhere.
Right.
Not Mike overall, but just I'm becoming a part of someone else's system on top of
Got
still
it.
being me. But then when the system doesn't work anymore, when that system goes away, that goes with them.
Yeah.
When I go, I get still sit here with just me.
Right. So you want to reevaluate yourself, but not necessarily lose who you are. You
No,
don't want to compromise who you are.
no,
You just want to reevaluate and figure out how to make it work, but also be true to you and
yes,
what's important to you.
yeah,
Makes perfect sense to me.
yeah, yeah. That's
Hmm.
all it is. It's just what
Yeah.
do they call it? They call it something, but I can't remember it, and I don't want to take too much time on it. But it's something that they call it, and I can't remember it when you're where you're not in people's wrong place, wrong time
Hmm.
type of situation.
Hmm.
People are moving forward, and it's almost like I, the scary part about what I'm feeling, especially out of what we're doing, is a lot of abundance and a lot of things that's coming real fast and real soon. So the people that I do try to have relationships with or try to do something, that at some point I'm gonna wind up leaving that behind, to the point where if the past comes to me, I might not be ready for them anymore.
Hmm.
So it's something that I just, that's all like a part of my process.
Okay.
And it is something that I sit on because I don't like thinking. I'm never a person that thinks about what's happening now. I'm always a person that's trying to be 6 steps ahead of myself, like
Okay.
grabbing information as I go. It's
Yeah.
almost like a track and field person. You ever see the people who run and they're running just at a pace,
Hmm.
but in the process, somebody's handing them juice, somebody's
Hmm.
handing them water, somebody's giving them a towel to wipe their face. But in the meantime, they're still running at a pace.
Okay. Yeah. Um. Hold, guys, because we're coming to all
Yeah,
of
they
y'all.
can. They can. Go ahead if you got anything else.
So
Go
I'm
ahead.
just gonna answer Charlene's question right quick.
Yes, I'll pop it on the screen. Go ahead.
Do I know anything about my parents before they were kids? Before kids for us? Um, yes. Just a little story about my dad. He was from Brooklyn. He's Puerto Rican. He's the youngest of 13 kids. Joined the military and moved and was stationed in Albany. That's where he met my mom. My mom grew up small town. Both parents, the middle child, I believe. Well, no, not the middle, second to oldest of 5 kids. Met my dad at a club. um, met my dad at a club when he was a young guy in the military, and she had been previously married and had my older sister, and was divorced, and she met my dad. Um, it was a year into their marriage when they had a child before me. My mom miscarried, and then 1 year later they had me. So it was so they got married with my mom already having my sister at about like me and my sister are like 9 years old. She's 9 years older than me. So when my dad met my mom, she had an 8 year old, and and then like a year into it, they had me. So my dad, I don't know very much about his mom and dad and their like living situation. Like I said, I just know he's the youngest of 13. My mom, I told you guys, she just said my family is very close knit on my mom's side of the family, very, very much so. We do things together all the time. We used to always find reasons to do family gatherings and show affection and love for each other as much as we possibly could. But like I said, my mom always said that she didn't grow up in a household where people said, I love you and all that kind of stuff and didn't hugged and all that. But I think, like I said, when my mom took the position of still kind of like carrying that because she wasn't used to it and she wasn't comfortable with it, some of my aunts did the exact opposite. And they are very loving and very vocal. Not that my mom wasn't loving. Don't let me sound like my mom was cold. She's very loving. She always tried to let, especially with her kids, make us feel very loved. It's just being very outward with it. it was just something that didn't feel natural and comfortable to her because she didn't grow up in a household where she saw it like that every day. But I think my other aunts took it and said, I'm gonna be the opposite. I'm gonna be more like affectionate and more verbal with how I feel and telling you how I feel about you. That kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. Did you want to go to some of the other comments now, or?
Oh yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Let me break this real quick. Just make sure to let people know what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, today this is the topic today, just in case um you guys don't know exactly what we're talking about and seeing. I don't want y'all to feel like we're just rambling on. We're definitely not. There was a point behind this. But tonight's topic is are compliments, reassurance, and affirmations important in the relationships that we have. And remember that when we talk about things, we're not, excuse me, hiccups.
They got
We're
you.
not just talking about just the people that's in that we're in a relationship with intimately, and also can be friends, families,
True.
actually coworkers. People that you, because even though I know they try to say and do something, but there's words of affirmation that don't have to be sexual. There's something
Yeah.
that you can encourage somebody throughout the whole entire day. I have a couple buddies that work it out. We talk to each other. One of my friends, me and him acknowledge each other with the middle finger every morning. This is how we do. He just got married Sunday. Shouts out to you, Sean. But he just got married Sunday, and he sent me a video because he's on vacation this week. Fuck you for being on vacation, but he sent me a video of him sticking his middle finger up and putting it back down. So I was like, oh, cool. So that's just a small example of the things that you create with other people. But I'm going to the comments. We know Tony put the laughing thing because I know it was something about you in your back, your icons and
Oh
stuff that
yeah.
likes to pop up and everything. But Chaz says, all I knew was that my dad would curse like a sailor and smoked a lot of cigarettes, and that my mom was a D student in high school. Also, that both of my parents worked as seamsters. I'm guessing I'm saying that right.
Yes.
Okay, seamsters. Okay. Oh, and that my dad found religion when he was 20-ish. Okay, cool,
Okay.
cool. All right, you got Carell says, I think affirmations are interesting because it's not just words that are affirmational, but reciprocal action. Very
Absolutely.
true. Chaz had asked me a question. Do you have any idea of what ready means for you? Yeah, of course I have an idea of it, so I'm definitely gonna let you know what my idea for it is. So it's like if you're in any kind of relationship with friends or whatever, and you can't mutually build and grow, you feel yourself being left behind while they grow. That definitely don't work.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's answering me. I've also dealt with that. Mike, definitely get it. Chief, what's going on, Chief? My guy. Putting yourself first is also a part of being loyal. And then I guess they're talking to each other in the comments.
Yeah.
Oh, true loyalty to self. I like that. Depends on the person is my answer to that question. And like I said, those relationships. Hey, what's going on, Seneca? That's German chocolate. What's going on? Welcome to the show. Those relationships make each other. Okay, it makes each day worth living. Yes, it does. And especially the working relationships. So Chaz, to answer you, the ready part, what does ready mean for me? It's the preparation of what you do that's consistent every day. Um, and it's also like and I guess you could mean something different or what you think of it is different, but what I think my ready is mentally preparing myself, choosing joy every single day, learning how to conquer my fears, learning how to conquer the problems that I have so that I can be prepped for whatever is to come. Um, I do think that ready for me is SpongeBob, the way how happy he was when he was, I'm ready, I'm ready. That's me, even though SpongeBob is possibly autistic. Um, I think that my ready is just, going full throttle with something and learning it as I go. And not only do I feel like I'm don't like I'm just going to keep learning as I go, I want to be able to as I'm walking, add new armor and add new everything that helps better protect my position. I'm metaphorically talking right now, basic, but
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. My wheels were turning. I'm listening to you, but my wheels were turning about something else. Sorry.
Got you. I can tell what you're thinking.
Yeah.
But I'm just letting you know, like, that's what I tend to do. Like, I'm just want to keep bringing stuff with me. So as I'm having these spats and fights and small things, like, I'm just adding to it, just adding more
Yeah.
to my arsenal, I'm adding more towards my armor, adding more towards the words that I say, the dialogue that I'm creating for myself, and
Yeah.
the conversational pieces I'm having with people, where I'm not being problematic. Like, yeah, I'm not extremely fast in certain things, but I want to be able to have a conversation about everything, and
Right.
that's a goal of mine, is to be able to at least put myself in a position where I can properly do things the right way. So if I'm wrong about something, I'm wrong about something. If something needs to be corrected, something needs to be corrected. I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. I hate that feeling. I just want to be I want to be rather ready than I am more smart or anything else. Like, I just want that. I'm going to always be ready for somebody in the safe spaces and things that I, lead in a way where it's like I create personal, safe spaces for everybody, where I'm not problematic. But go ahead, your turn. Go ahead.
So I'm just gonna go through. I'm gonna do Chaz's 2 comments and then Julian's comments afterwards. And also, just let me preface with this. I'm just gonna answer y'all's question, but before I answer, this is not an answer to your question that is an end all be all for everyone. I think it's gonna be my answer for me, and also to say, for everyone, different things apply, right? What works for me might not necessarily work for everybody else.
Yeah.
It is. So Chaz was asking, does every relationship need to grow? Part of me feels that it's partially driven by capitalism, and with grow being on equivocation, grow to what? Does it end? Will folks ever be content once they reach a certain point? And then Chaz was also responding to Julian was responding to Chaz, saying that every relationship might not be equipped to grow. It might not be meant to either. They have their place, their season, and a reason, which is true. I think it just depends on just like you asked him what ready means for him, what growth means for you. It depends on how you interpret, like, what that growth is and what you need in that growth. I personally think that when I think about the idea of growth, for me, it's not meaning like, oh, we should have more and that's tangible or something like that. I think as we evolve and change, things will also evolve and change with our partners as well. And we will learn to communicate better, hopefully. And we'll both be able to evolve together. When I think about growth, I think about evolving and just the change that happens along with that. And maybe it could be in the instance of, like, learning more about each other, learning how to care for each other in different ways, learning how, those kinds of things. When I think of growth, I think of it that way, not necessarily growth in the terms of what's tangible. But as we evolve and change as individuals, how that affects our relationships and how we interact with one another.
What?
And
hey, Chelsea,
you will often hear people
on?
say that they can be in relationships where they feel like they've changed and their partner has not. And because they're not the same people, it causes friction within their relationships. Or maybe you realize that you've outgrown this person, or because this person hasn't moved at a pace where you two are seeing eye to eye, it may not be a space for them to be in your life anymore. Yeah. So I think that's all a part of it. You can grow and maybe grow apart. As you evolve, y'all might evolve into 2 different directions, but it's like how you make it work for you as you evolve. At least that's what it means to me. And I'm sure it can mean something different to somebody else, but that's just to answer your question. I did want to ask you, Mike.
Yes.
How do you feel? Like, do you feel like you like to receive compliments from people or in relationships, like from friends, or does it make you feel uncomfortable when you receive compliments?
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay, I'm probably about to reveal something about myself,
Okay.
and it is something that um, it's my truth. I would never say it's everybody. I'm just protective of myself in those beginning moments of you
Okay.
seeing me and
Okay.
being in my life. Um, if you're a partner in my life and you're somebody um, that I'm with, you you don't know this part, Marcus. It's okay. What's up, bro? uh, so in the beginning, I do get a lot of compliments.
Okay.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've always felt this way about myself. I don't know why. I've always felt like I am a moment because I don't look like other people. This is my personal experience. Because
Mm.
I do not look like other people. I am.
Okay.
You cannot. Not saying it's not possible. I know there's other people that exist that has freckles and all this other, but
Mm-hmm.
there's not a lot of men that are 6'7", red hair, freckle face, lighter tone, or wherever else you want to throw into that. I don't care about none of the extra stuff, but it's like you don't. I don't walk down the street all the time. You don't see people like me all the time. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I feel like um a trial. I'm not saying
Okay.
that it's still happening, but it is nothing wrong with it because new preferences exist. I had to learn how to kind of not be so hard on myself with that, but
Okay.
also I'm still conscious of that at the same time.
Yeah.
So when I'm receiving a compliment, I wonder what about me, like how can this can be consistent for you, because I'm pretty consistent on how I can be complimentary to a person.
Okay.
I show love a certain way. Like once I'm with you, I am a certain way towards you. I am a touchy feely, as if I'm allowed to be. I'm a touchy
Mm-hmm.
feely. I'm affectionate. I will talk about you. I will do all the things. But if I do not feel like I'm originally who you are meant to be, it is a tiny bit of a struggle for me because I
Got it.
know that I'm not really your person physically. I just don't look like everybody else. So it's almost like, oh, I want that. I want that toy.
So I think so. Tell me if I'm wrong. You're saying that
Mhm.
sometimes when you get compliments in those early stages, you kind of just take them at face value and
Yes.
not like take them to heart because you feel, not necessarily but you feel that because you are someone who might be unique to other people, that you might be the thing that they are trying to try for the moment, but that they're so and because you're just something new in the moment, you don't
Yeah.
know if those compliments they're giving you really have real weight.
Yeah.
You
It's
don't know if they
basic.
actually mean. Got it.
Cece is literally pointing that out right now. That's how I feel.
Ah, okay.
I do feel a little bit fetishized
I got it.
because when I hear the compliments, um, and there's nothing wrong with this,
Mm-hmm.
but most people who's been through attraction and who has had attraction or who's attractive,
Mm-hmm.
they tend to start looking for other things within a person. I feel like I get all of this first. Who is this?
Mm-hmm.
Is the tall, blah blah blah, all these things. I get that first, but I do think people have a perception of me. They
Mm-hmm.
automatically think I'm something, and then when I show them, they don't believe that I'm this person. Like they're like, oh, you're like this, you're
Mm-hmm.
like this, you're like this. They just think that is what people assume who I am. Not from
Yeah.
and is I guess if you assume who I am, you don't, I don't know if you really want to know who I really am. I'm not saying that
Yeah.
it's not a possibility. I'm not speaking negativity. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just speaking in a position of you think one thing and then you come find out I'm a whole different thing.
Yeah.
And it's more or less like, how do you handle that now?
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to change
Right.
if I don't have to. Is why am I changing? Like I'm not
Yeah.
going to change up anything about me. I'm still going to be a big ass geek who's going to play the games, who's going to watch anime stuff, who's going to possibly sing a goofy ass song that's going to be dancing and having fun. where you're probably used to more of a man that's probably going to be this way. And I don't
Yeah.
know what it is, or woman. I don't know. I don't know what it is. You're used to these particular things.
Yeah.
So I do feel like with me, I am a trial run because I don't do particular things. I'm not saying that people don't like things about me. I've
No, I
fucked
get,
up
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, I fucked up relationships. I fucked up friendships. Nah, I ain't fucked up friendships, but I fucked up relationships. I don't typically fuck friendships, so that ain't my thing.
Yeah.
But relationships, yeah, it gets a certain way because I know me. But I do feel like a trial run for certain things, so it's hard for me to take a compliment all the time. So I was talking about the beautiful thing earlier, or someone would call me beautiful, and it's more or less how am I supposed to do this? Am I supposed to embrace it? Am I supposed to do something with that? Because what's beautiful about me is it just my look? Okay, cool. Honestly, it's probably I think that the biggest thing is that my inner values is more of a thing for me than my outer values. What you see doesn't. I guess I don't see that. I don't see what you see. But who inside I am is what I see.
Yeah.
Like I think that's what it is, and people aren't used to trying to dive in to the core of who I am right away.
Right.
I have to keep revealing those things. I have to keep giving you these things.
Yeah.
And that's probably what it is.
I think for me, it's kind of similar but different. It's not that I'm not gonna lie, I love compliments. I love them. I'm not about to lie to y'all and tell y'all I don't like compliments. I do. But I do think that
I like them as well.
Compliments from certain people and different relationships hold more weight.
Yeah.
I think and I don't know if a lot of women feel this way, but I feel like every woman has been told she's beautiful and have been given compliments on their body. And so we hear it and we're like, thank you. Oh, that's really nice. But it's like, okay, all right. Because you probably said this to the next person and then the next person and then the next person. Because women tend to feel like, oh, well, is it a manufactured coupon because you just, not coupon, but compliment because you find me attractive. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That kind of thing. I said coupon and that's hilarious.
Look, y'all want a discount, you know what I mean? throw that coupon at Basics, you got you.
When the relationship, and not just romantic relationship, but when it is a deeper relationship that has depth and the person and we know each other, those compliments and affirmations have way more weight to me. If you're telling me, if I know that we are in this relationship together, and we're going to have bad days, we're going to have good days, and we're taking the time to know one another. So when you are able to give me an affirmation or give me a compliment, it has more weight because I know you've seen me on my worst days.
Yeah. And
if you can still find some beauty in this relationship and in me and tell me that, I take those compliments have way more weight to me, and I appreciate them even more than, not to say that I don't appreciate all compliments, but they just, with people who have seen me at my worst or have been through life with me and seen me at my ugliest, and they can still find it in them to find some beauty in me or something that they appreciate in me, and they can tell me that, those compliments have more weight to me. If that makes sense.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? Because Mike, you've been in my lives. You see how crazy they get, and people can say anything, and I get tons of, attention and all that stuff. And while those are all very nice things, the compliments that really matter to me are from the people who have been through life with me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I also, to say that in dating, if we're talking about when it comes to dating, yes, I do. It's not necessarily compliments, it's affirmation that is important to me and that I need. Oh, there it is. It's the pink one. It's affirmations are important to me.
Pink ass thumb. Anyway.
I do. When it comes in dating, it is important to me.
Yeah.
If you can't figure out a way to tell me how you feel about me, that might be a problem.
Yeah.
Because I know it's important to me. I know it might not mean that you don't feel the way about me, but I need to be able to find a way to communicate to you that it is important to me. I've had someone say to me that they need to feel that it's important to them to feel chosen. That's important to them.
Hold on.
What happened?
I thought you was about to say choke.
Okay, no, we're not talking about being.
I literally, when you did that, I was like, but then you fixed it, like you kept going. You was like choke, and then you kept going. I was like,
chosen.
Yeah,
chosen,
see, you gotta
chosen.
don't drag that.
Oh my gosh!
Like,
but no,
I feel how to be
it's
choked.
important to me. It's important to me that it's important to me to know how you feel about me.
Facts.
I like reassurance. Yeah.
Facts. And that
I'm not gonna lie about that.
So I will discuss the inner relationship part of me because that's a different person than when I'm just on these streets. We want to get to your comments and we'll make sure that I like that we prioritizing it now. Like we ain't just want to throw it up there, like, and y'all going in these goddamn comments. Golly, give us some time. Give us some time. No, I'm playing. I appreciate y'all. But yes, just Chelsea, this is probably, besides like Chaz and Marcus, this is probably the oldest friend that I have. Well, I've known her since like 2003. That shit is wild. Yo, you've been knowing you too long, like 2004, somewhere around there. We met on MySpace.
Wow, that's crazy.
Damn right. That shit, yo. Old. That shit got OLDDDD straight across it. Like we old. Nah, but she says, I believe you're not growing. If you're not growing in a relationship, you're dying. Growth is not a destination.
Contentment.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. And growth can exist at the same time. In her opinion, this is her opinion.
Right.
So make sure that we remember that part.
Mm-hmm.
Charlene said, how's giving compliments and affirming to your kids easier than doing to your partner or to other people, friends, other family members? All right, I'll star that comment so we can keep that there.
Mm-hmm.
She's got our first star of the day. Yay. Anyway, and Chaz says, oh, fair, sure. Hey, Chaz, I'm reading it the way that it looks. Yeah, for sure. People can grow apart. Since I have been learning about relationship anarchy, that model says you can work with the other person to discuss to change how your relationship is. And of course, Miss Seneca says compliments make me uncomfortable. Yeah,
to some people it does.
To some people it do. And that's why I'm gonna get to a certain point. Where the relationship, he was continuing on, where the relationship escalator says you need to get off of it, and all you had previously is destroyed because you're not in the same place anymore. Yeah, that structure. That's that structure that I don't like. I'm with him 100% because it's those basic things that they try to get you through life to try to get you fucked up. Like, oh, I haven't done this. But
I mean, it's unfortunately a fact of life. Like sometimes you might be wanting something totally different from what you used to want. And unfortunately, if the person that you're with isn't going to that place, that's why I said you have to figure out how to work on that, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean necessarily that you have to get off this ride. I mean, it could mean that. Right. But maybe it means we need to reevaluate how we approach life together. That's a form of evolving and growing. I might be a different person and I might want different things. And maybe that doesn't mean that we have to end it unless this is completely against everything you believe in, right? As my partner, if you're completely against everything that I say I want to do now and you can't see yourself going through this journey with me, right, then maybe we do need to separate. But if we can figure out how to go on this journey together, while I'm still able to embrace these new things, and you're willing to come along with me, and I embrace you and who you are and whatever you want to do. If we can figure those things out, then we can make that work. But sometimes it doesn't work that way. Yeah. It's just a fact. It's a fact of life. Sometimes, unfortunately, if it doesn't work for both of you, and you're not willing to figure out how to make it work, sometimes things do have to end.
Right. You're right. All right. Okay. Let's get to these comments. More comments coming in. So Jillian says, Chelsea, I'm I'm receiving what you said in the context of what Chaz asked about growth as a form of or product of capitalism. Doing get me
I think
don't
he meant don't get me wrong.
Don't get me wrong. I agree with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think they're trying to have a. I think growth exists contextually within the relationship that is experiencing or not experiencing it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I don't know. I don't know. He probably. I don't know if that was and then
Probably a
her name
response
was-
to something else.
right. She was talking about me being feeling like that and more external than internal. Yeah. Um, Chelsea Marie, what leads you to believe that if you're not growing in a relationship, you're dying? Y'all are having a whole separate conversation on this goddamn comments. I love it though. Also, we have proper context. What does growth mean for you in that context? Okay.
I think he's talking to
Um,
Chelsea.
yeah, he is. But I'll skip past some and I'm reading if I
Mhm.
see it. Oh gosh. Oh, her hair is amazing. You
She's
say.
giving me a compliment. Thank you.
Oh, she's giving you a compliment. I am
Mhm.
too.
Okay. Jeez. Oh,
All right, I'll leave it
those
alone.
hearts were for her.
I'm sorry. That was for you. You want to do it again for her?
No, it's okay. It's
All
okay.
right, cool. Because I'm gonna throw some shit on there and get real gangster. And then she said you was hitting the head nail on the head. You was talking about something that she
Yeah.
did.
Oh,
I
I was
like
talking
compliments
about-
from women more than men.
Yeah.
Of course you do, because men probably are being more creepier than women when it comes to that. So they want something. A lot of women don't want something. But do I really think that's true? Not really. Just being honest. This is why I never compliment women on something they didn't put effort into.
Okay.
What was
He
that
was
in response
talking
to?
about because I was saying that like those surface level sort of initial kind of compliments where men tell every woman I said some women can believe that men tell every woman that they're beautiful or compliment on their body or whatever. He
Right.
chooses not to give compliments to women about anything unless they put work into it. Like something that they actually put work into, that's what he will compliment them on. As opposed to those like baseline compliments that you give everybody.
Right. All right, got you. So don't send the message back. How you spell percent? All right. Anyway, we're moving forward. Don't worry about me. She said, and that said, I don't know how to take compliments. I get super awkward. Yes, sometimes there is an origins of these compliments. There is an origins of why it do what it do. That's the part right there. There's an origins. What the hell is that noise? What you talking
Sorry,
about?
that's me writing. I'm writing.
Strong ass fingers. Awkward is super cute. LMAO. Go ahead and channel your inner Stewart from Mad TV. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's fucking hilarious. I love Stewart. Then he'd be like, no, like that. Don't he be doing like that? And he got the little bob. He got a little the little mo top or whatever from.
That was the next thing he said. We
Stooges.
said Stu from Mad TV, and we was like, no.
Right? No. Honestly, that be me when anybody puts me into the spotlight. I don't know. I want to be. Yes, you do. Yo, I'm gonna tell you this now. Chaz. So when you put Chaz on the spot, right? He's a giggler and a laugher. Like he will start. He'll get so giddy and goofy. It's like now that you say it, Chaz is like, ding. You have always been this way. When people put you on the spot. That shit is hilarious. Yeah. Not a top 8 friend. Listen, MySpace days. Yeah, she was my Chelsea. Chelsea was crazy that my MySpace is still active.
I think all of ours is, right?
That shit moving so slow. It's like this fading to black. I'm on Monday. You see where that motherfucker at over here? He over here somewhere. Where that nigga at? Thanos, where you at, bro? He over there somewhere. That motherfucker. 2004 to 2008 will never exist again. So I'm gonna whoop your ass, right? Mike has that Godzilla lock style beast.
Oh, that was her compliment for you.
Moving on. Yo, I made it. What's up, cousin? And his beautiful co-host, Basic.
Hello.
Nah, bitch. Don't be coming through all extra nice and smiley. What's up, cousin? I love you, Ray. I'll say that. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. All right, so we got all through the comments. What's up, Smith? I apologize. Listen, shouts out to you, Smith. Yeah, I'm about to do this to you now. All these years coming back, you on my podcast, you're on MySpace, so I can get you now. And now, no pun intended. But all right, let me tell you a story about this, right? So, two things real quick before I say this. Happy anniversary to you, Smith. You are the man. One day I'll possibly be like you. I don't know.
Oh,
What?
no, I just have to. I have to turn. No, go ahead, Mike. Continue. I'll be back.
She's doing some gangster shit over there, y'all. Yeah, basically, she's being freaky, y'all. Y'all know
I just
she's
have on a
doing.
short dress.
Hey,
I
she
have
got a short dress on. That thing rolled up. You know what I mean?
I have on a short dress, and
Oh.
I had to go turn my fan on, and I didn't want to have my ass out. That's what happened.
I got you.
It's a very short. It cuts like right below the cheek. So.
I got you.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, you want some toxic stuff. But anyway, so Smith, right? That's my cousin. We only a month apart from each other. But in the MySpace days, what I'm gonna do is next week, I think we should do another classic episode one day. You know, it don't have to be next week, but he had this shirt. I mean, he was creating our MySpace pages, right? We was trying to get women. That's how I met my daughter's mom. That's how I met her. Oh yeah, I'm going in. Below the cheek, you say. Right at the cup. No, right at that yacht. But so we was doing the MySpace stuff, and I remember I wore, oh my god, I look like a Puerto Rican flag. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had a red, white, and blue headband, 2 red, white, and blue sleep. What are these joints? Nah, you in this. You can't go nowhere neither. 2 red, white, and it was all race stuff. 2 red, white, and blue wristbands, a Jesus cross, and a red, white, and blue button-up shirt. They thought I was Poppy. They ain't know I ain't nowhere near. Can't speak a lick of Spanish or nothing. They just that was Poppy Chulo for a minute. That's how you mention it. I mean, listen, that's how I got my daughter's mom looking like that. Hey, I ain't speaking a lick of anything. Over here, super light skin. I had my face. I was like this.
Okay, all right. Not with the squints.
Yeah, I was squinting and everything. I'm gonna pull a picture up. You're gonna see, and that shit's gonna hurt your eyes because it look like back in them old TVs. But yeah. And then my cousin Ray, he decided he wanted to take his shirt off, and my homie Twan put baby oil on his chest, and he was on the ceiling like this, and he's like biting his chest. Yeah, it was a fun time, y'all. It was a fun time. So back in the day stuff. He said I looked like I was out of a Luma D video. Yeah, that's funny as shit.
The light skin pose, right?
Yeah, I was the light skin pose. Yeah. She said she met her ex-husband off of this. Aw, dog. But yeah, back in the days when I was young and not a kid anymore. But all right, we're moving forward, and all right, go ahead, Basic. What you got for me?
My next question, you kind of answered this before,
okay,
but well, not completely, but I have an idea what your answer is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think in relationships that you can recognize when your partner is in need of affirmation?
Ooh. I didn't answer this, but you do know where I'm going at with it. I do recognize it, and I would say this. A part of my growing process right now, even with my little silent therapy treatments that I've been having with myself to try to better myself and know when it's time to leave things alone and when it's time to do stuff, I do recognize it. I will say this, in the midst of me recognizing it, this is, and I don't usually take this route, but I would like for people to be more patient with me when it comes to figuring out your what you need, and be patient in the right way with me. Don't rush me, because if you rush me, and what I mean by rushing me, it means that you never give me a chance to correct my wrong, if it isn't wrong, or do the thing that you need. Like, and I do feel like I've always, and I guess this is how I am. The person that I want to be with, I need them to be loving towards me in that situation, because I'm never coming at you in a negative way. I understand the process. I understand what you've been through with somebody else, but I'm not that person. You have to allow me to fix it if I can. Like, don't just what if they directly tell you what they need. So
I do want to answer.
No,
that.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just like when you present something to me, let me have the chance to fix that.
Right.
That's all I care to do. Just okay.
Right.
Let me have the chance to fix this.
Don't
bat. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your thought before I say that. Before I say what's
going to I was gonna say don't treat it as if I did not care, as if I don't care, or anything like that.
Right.
Try to talk to me as if I am a person who has all. If I've been like this for you and you chose me in your life, you know what the capabilities, you know what I might give you.
Yeah.
I don't know about anything else. When you know what Mike gives you, you know how I'm gonna respond to you on it. If I'm not coming at you, if I never came at you in a negative manner or a negative way,
right.
Let me have the chance to be corrective of the situation the right way.
Yes.
For you.
So I'm gonna put Marcus's comment up real quick. What if they directly tell you what they need so you don't have to figure it out? I 100% agree with you. I feel like half of the confusion that comes along with not being able to receive what you need is because you don't say what you need. So I completely agree with you. But I'm asking that because Mike and I had talked about somebody else had a situation where they didn't realize that their relationship went awry because the person that they were with didn't feel like, or that they were, pursuing or, entertaining, didn't feel like that they thought they were attractive because they weren't really telling them that, right? They didn't think that they found them attractive. And so I was wondering if it's a thing, and Mike, you had said to me earlier that someone had told you that you didn't say or do certain things to make them feel like you saw them something as other than a friend. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I was wondering if, without being told that, if that was something that you necessarily felt like, unless you were told, you wouldn't have any idea that they would need that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's sometimes
and which is completely understandable. I'm not saying that you are supposed to be a mind reader. I'm just asking.
No.
It's just a question. I'm not saying that a person should be a mind reader. I'm just asking, is that something, like, without being told, would that be something that you would be able to recognize?
To pay attention to, yeah. Mm-hmm. Once again, remember, with me, I'm not answering you because I know that wasn't a question. You just kind of just alluding to something. Mm-hmm. Remember when I was saying that me going through my own particular change at this moment, I'm not recognizing it because I'm not paying it attention the way I should be.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The way I should be pouring into that person, or the way I should be pouring into the friends, or pouring into the whatever it is, because I'm not noticing it. The reason why I'm not noticing it is because I'm in the process of grabbing other things and putting it on for me. Because it's okay to do what I got to do, but sometimes if you are a person that's a level of comfort for somebody, they're going to come to you and they're going to say stuff to you and they're going to ask you things. They're going to do this, they're going to do that, and they're going to be like, hey, I'm here. And you're like, oh, I know you're here. And they're like, no, you don't know I'm here. I'm here. And I'm not paying that no attention.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. I'm not noticing that I'm not there. I'm physically here, but I'm not here. I'm not here. That's what I'm going at with it. Yeah. I'm not here. They're not in thought in the way that they need to be in thought. So if I lost something, if I learned from that, it's just that it took the ultimate sacrifice to learn that.
Right.
Yeah.
I think for me, I wouldn't say that I don't know if I necessarily recognize that it's needed, or I can say to myself that I can recognize that they might need to hear something from me. I think I try to give people what I would want. And like I said, I'm a person that affirmation is important to me in relationships. And so I feel like because it's important to me and I want that from my partner, I try to reciprocate it to them. And so I am one who's going to tell you when I'm happy with something that is happening with us. Like if something that you're doing is something that makes me happy, I'm going to tell you. If I appreciate something about you or the way you approached a situation, I'm going to tell you. If I just feel like it's a good day and you did something really sweet to like for me, I'm going, but because that's what I want for myself. So because in my mind, I think if this is something that I'm asking my partner for, I should be able to reciprocate that. I should be able to give them the same things that I'm asking for. If I would like to feel this way and I'm telling someone that I would like to feel this way, I should be able to give them the same thing. And so it's just something that I do because it's something that I also know that I need for myself. So I try to let a person know how much I value them, or I value something that I don't want them to feel like something that, even if it was a small thing, and if it meant something big to me and it made a big difference to me, I want them to know that I appreciate that effort. Even if it was a tiny thing that they did, I appreciate the effort that you put into this. Because like I was saying, I was telling you before, the guy that I'm seeing, we talk about how check-ins and affirmations, and sometimes just like letting a person know I'm really happy with like what we're doing here. And not saying that we have to say everything is sunshine and rainbows, because we also talk about the things that are not good. But the things that are good, it's just as much as it is important to talk about the stuff you want to work on and that might not be great, it is equally as important to talk about the things that you are happy about and that do make you feel good, so that we don't lose that. And we're not always talking about the negative. I'm also letting you know how much I do appreciate you. And these little things that you've done, and that they do mean something to me. So you won't think that I don't recognize your effort, and that you know that I still appreciate you in whatever way. Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Y'all have a good process of what y'all doing. And that's a great way to grow with the person. I also have another element that I throw in there, but I'll talk about that shit another time. I'm reading everybody's comment.
Yeah, we got a lot of comments.
Oh yeah. Marcus said this. I don't know if I got to it. Most women are mad graceful, so I don't think you got to worry too much. Look at what they got to put up with. I don't even know what that means, but okay, I got you.
What was his comment before that?
I think it was yeah, he was saying that if I directly tell if they tell me what they're talking about, basically, and so I don't have or something. There it is right here. I didn't look at that. What if they directly tell you what they need, so you don't have to figure it out? That's what you're talking about. What's they were talking about?
Yeah.
So, Julian says that's a nice idea, but I think a lot of people don't know what they need, so it's almost like it's impossible for them to be able to tell you. They said that's fair, but are you communicating that you're going through a process and need space and time so that the other person is clear about where you are and where there may need support from you?
That's for you, I think, Mike.
Yeah. And that particular conversation, it's me not recognizing that I was in that mode. Like I said, I didn't know I was going through a process, because it was like, it's more or less like I need to recognize quicker and try to figure out if I am going through something faster.
Okay, Marcus.
That's all it is. It's just trying to figure out if I'm going through something faster. So it's a work in progress for myself. So, what's going on, Barrett? How are you? She says, I agree. I look for people who are present, listen to them and their bodies, practicing knowing themselves, dating, and friends. Yep. Marcus says, how do you navigate romantic relationships not knowing what you want but feeling you need something? That sucks. I think that was what you was talking about earlier. I don't know. I think it was referencing something, but maybe it was.
No, I think he was saying like I think maybe it's an in general question, like how do you navigate a relationship knowing that something is missing, but you don't know.
Okay.
But you don't know. Like, put that back up again.
You don't know.
He said knowing that something is missing in the relationship, but not knowing what you want.
Yeah.
You feel like you need something. There's something you need, but you don't know what it is that you want.
Yeah, that's a battle right there. Seneca says, I'm so used to doing anything on my own that it takes a moment to realize stuff. Like people hitting on me or doing things. Yeah, I do. Hear me out with this, y'all, and this is just the truth. Everybody doesn't do things the same. I think that's the biggest part. Because
Mm-hmm.
if anything, I'm more like Seneca when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more like her, where I'm not recognizing these things
Yeah.
because I'm so zoned in.
Yeah.
Like when I'm so zoned in the way that I be zoned in sometimes, I'm not quickly to recognize it. Some people can quickly recognize when they're
Yeah.
doing that, and I'm not one of them. That's a snap of a finger type of recognize person. You might have to say something to me. I know some people just like, well, I shouldn't have to, but it's like I will think about that, but it
Yeah.
might not be at the drop of a dime.
Yeah.
So even to answer the question that was asking me earlier, like, do I let people know? Sometimes I don't know if I'm going through stuff
Yeah.
because it can be normal to me, but other people's behaviors is what starts telling me that I'm going through stuff. It
Mm.
ain't me. Like I don't know it yet. Yo, what's up, King Teddy? What's up,
Hi,
brother? How
King
are you?
Tay.
I don't know that I'm in that space.
Yeah.
If I can be honest, I don't know that I'm in that space. I don't know mentally that I'm there. I just know when I get there, I'm there.
I have a question for you, and it may be personal, and you don't have to answer it if it
I
is.
wonder. Make sure y'all liking and subscribing too.
I
Share this
know
shit
that
out.
you said that you've had a couple people tell you that you don't give compliments, you know what I mean? Or that they felt
Mhm.
like you were treating them more so like a friend than someone that you wanted in a relationship. Have you felt any regret from that? Um, that for all the reasons that you know, not to say that you feel bad about yourself, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But do you feel like you wish you would have been in the right headspace to recognize that that was important
Hands
because you
down.
wish that relationship could have, you think back and like, man, that could have been something had I, you
Mhm.
know, just done this, or
Realistic.
I didn't realize that you felt that way. And if I would have known that she felt that way, I would have done, because you really honestly probably it was hindsight, and hindsight is 2020, like they all say. And if somebody told you that after, like towards the tail end of the relationship, and you didn't even recognize that was the thing that you were doing, I wonder, do you ever feel like, well, damn, I wish I could have done it differently?
Um, I don't think that's something that's necessarily happening now.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that it was in my past relationships how it was being handled, especially the
Mm-hmm.
communication factor. The communication factor has ended relationships for me now, but it was conversational pieces around those communication factors. It was trying to work into to handle what was the problems. Back then, I wasn't paying no attention, and then it showed up at the end of the relationship. So something that happened maybe a year or two prior was something that happened that I figured out later at the
Yeah.
end. Yeah, you did this to me back in this time. And it's like, or this happened in this time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and then I couldn't even, at that time, I wasn't the person that would say, well, why didn't you tell me then or something? I was arguing back. I was playing
Yeah.
defense because I literally tried to put myself in that position to go back that long ago. Like, I really fucking remember what happened. I don't remember shit, but I'm just, because I was used to the fight,
Mm-hmm.
I came and I presented and I showed up to the fight. I didn't show up uh, how I would show up now.
Yeah.
So, good.
Do you ever have women now, like in the courting phase, tell like
Mm,
did they tell you like, I didn't know how you really felt about me, or I don't know if you really were taking this seriously, or if you really wanted, because you didn't say or do this? Have you had anybody say anything like that?
mm-hmm.
How, how do you feel about that?
I feel like I've made mistakes.
Mm. Okay.
I feel like sometimes I've just been me because I, when you're trying to figure out how you move into a relationship, do you try to be friend with your lady first, or the person that you're talking to, or this,
Mm-hmm.
and you try to legitimately be a friend, but then it's like the romantic side of things kicking too. But
Mm-hmm.
enough words weren't probably coming out of my mouth that needed to be coming out of my because for real, maybe I didn't feel that way yet. Not that they weren't attractive or they weren't this. I just didn't feel like maybe I felt like it was might have been too soon for me to do all these things. Maybe I'd
Yeah.
have been creating something too quick for you. Maybe I'm
Mm-hmm.
creating a standard that I don't think I can maintain.
Okay.
I don't know if I can maintain always over compliment you. I've had a relationship where the person wanted to be overly complimented. Could
Okay.
they had a princess personality. No, they told me this, and ain't me saying it for them. They told me they
Okay.
wanted to be showered with compliments
Right.
at every chance you can think of it. Do it,
Okay.
and that's excessive as fuck for me.
For
But
you,
it's
right?
not.
Right.
But it's not their fault.
No, y'all you have two different relationship styles.
No, not them. It wasn't the people that were dating's fault because it was like maybe I was putting them through something that I didn't want to do because of that person. On a
Oh, got it.
Yeah, like unconsciously, I'm like, I don't want to fucking shower get that many compliments on somebody. Like I didn't never see myself doing it. So maybe if somebody wanted compliments from me heavy, maybe I was projecting from a previous relationship. I don't know,
Okay.
but I felt like if all I had to do, and it doesn't take me long to recognize it. Oh well, yeah, that probably is what happened. That's how quick it is for me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so let me adjust this now. So now it's like, how do I compliment? How do I do this? What's the
Right.
first steps? How do I do this? How do I do that?
Right. Because you
Now
also
it's
don't want
that
it to feel
fact.
forced for you. You don't
No,
want to feel
forced.
like you're forcing yourself to make up things if it doesn't feel genuine. You want it to feel genuine to you when you give a compliment.
Right. Huh? Yeah, we can it's the the comments that's going nuts right now. So
Okay.
you can pick
Um,
where you want to go.
let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna go to Marcus's. He says, I get told that Mark, he's in reference to what you were saying about you not giving compliments, to people, and it never feels like a mistake. So you were saying that you feel like you made mistakes. He says he doesn't personally feel like he does. It's just the way he am, which is also perfectly fine. If that's just the way that you are and it's not something that you want to change, that's okay. You don't have to change that. And I think something else you said is just
It feels like I made a mistake because that's who I am. I do give
right.
compliments.
And it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I said it for him. That's okay if he doesn't want to. If it's something that you do feel like is important to you, it is okay for you to feel like it's a mistake for you, because if that's for you, how you interpret, like how it feels for you and what feels right for you, it might not feel like something that he needs to change for him, but for you, if it feels like something you want to reevaluate, that's okay. Like it, to each his own. Smith said, "Damn, you Sub-Zero, you cold."
Nah, it's not about being cold. It's just about figuring out. Yeah,
Right.
I got you. No, you're not. It's not that, Marcus. It's just what time we're actually getting back to it. That's the problem. My apologies. Don't feel like you have to stop talking. If you need to, the
No,
request.
you don't. You definitely don't.
All
Have to
you got
stop
to do
talking.
is just go to your local inbox and then say, "Hey, Mike, send me the link. I'll come up here and explain it to you."
Right. You can always do
Bitch.
that. Yes. Julian
I called him a
said,
bitch. I'm sorry.
Mike. Okay, Mike.
I'm
To
sorry.
be fair, what y'all are talking about right now, people who have an overactive need for compliments don't realize that comes from a space of lacking somewhere else. Like, we were talking earlier about our parents and the role their relationships played in shaping our current relationships and how we engage in them. Funny you should say that, because my next questions kind of had something to do with that. You're right.
Yeah.
Chaz, oops, did I get Chaz? Yeah, the last person that I was dating / courting told me they were just feeling friends vibes, which I got, though I never got the cues I felt like would have made me comfortable. Okay, that makes sense. Like, you didn't get the are you saying that you didn't get the cues that you felt like you wanted to, like, give them more compliments and show them more, like, affection and affirmation because you weren't there yet? Is that what you mean, Chaz? No, it was in reference to being told that someone didn't know you were into them. Oh, okay. The timing of comments sucks. No, don't shut up, Marcus. You can't.
That's all we're talking about.
I would have preferred if they just asked me, though. I felt there was a moment where they expected a kiss, but my boundaries are, if you don't ask and only imply, it's a no.
Yeah.
100%. Like, I get what you mean. I think like we were saying, different people operate differently. And it's almost like we have to overly communicate to people how we approach relationships. I had an ex many, many years ago, and this had a lot of weight on why, for me personally, I ended the relationship. It was about how we initiated sex. And he was not a person to initiate it with me. He wanted me to always initiate it. And I remember telling him, I told him, I said, a lot of times we can be together and we haven't seen each other in a while. And I just am looking for you to show some sort of physical affection, like touch me, anything. And you don't give it. And so now I'm sitting here and I feel insecure. I feel like maybe you don't want me, or you don't find me attractive, because it takes a while for us to get there. And I could be laying out, like I could have worn something sexy. Like I remember one time I put on like this really sexy outfit and he came and watched TV. And I'm like, I feel like an idiot because I'm sitting here beside you in the sexy outfit and you haven't touched me. And we're watching football. What is happening? No, but like legitimately. And I said, and it doesn't feel good. Like I'm trying to send all the cues that, I'm trying to like set a mood. But when you come and you don't give me anything to work with, now I feel like, well, do I have this outfit on for nothing? Like, are you not attracted to me? And his thing was like, oh no, I was just waiting for you to be aggressive and like make the first move. And I was like, okay, well, I guess, but I didn't know that's what you wanted. I didn't know that was that was what you were looking for.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't know that's what you were looking. I didn't know you were waiting for me to be the aggressor. We haven't talked about that. And all I know is I've done things to set the mood for us. And now you're just waiting for me to that means I got to jump on you in order to get you going. But I didn't know that. And I'm sitting here looking like a fool, half naked, and you watching TV. And now I feel away.
I'll be laughing. Like what? I'm laughing not because of what you're talking about. I'm laughing because I'm thinking of the situation in my head, and I'm like, this motherfucker is sitting there waiting for you to press the switch for the robot to turn on, like so I can stand up and start pop locking, then start doing this thing. Like, yeah, that's wild behavior. This bullshit.
Listen, thank you, Julian. I felt like that was me saying, hey. High sign, literally. Like I have set a mood. I have on no clothes.
Oh,
what more do you need from me? Like this is it. This is me being aggressive. Like what more do you need? You need me to do everything? Like you don't know. I remember one time we had seen each other and I laid my head in his lap and we were watching TV together. And this man, hands to his side, just watching, like literally just watching TV. I took his hand and put it in my shirt. Do you think he caught the clue? Like, what more do you need me to do? What more do you need me to do? That's not aggressive enough.
Right. The things you need.
Wait, what are we doing?
Yeah, but is that book? No, that'd be a great book for her, obviously. But is that book for her? Or is it for the person? Because does she need it, or did he need it, or did that other person need it?
Let's see. The book Come As You Are has some good worksheets about when it comes to sex and other things who need initiation or not basic. Wait, what do you mean? Are you saying for me that I should read them?
He said they said this for both. I get it.
To communicate your needs when it comes to sex and oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're basically what you're saying is that could be something that can be presented to the relationship, like, hey, if they're willing to read that or get into that, like it's always right. a piece that I guess that's okay. That makes sense. Okay. All right, I need to look at these books, yo. Come As I Am.
Okay.
All right. All right. So Julian said, in all fairness, unless maybe you did all the laundry and house cleaning butt naked, and then it'd be like, oh, she just cleaning or whatever. Last one. Yeah. Basically, just like he wasn't computing. It wasn't, 2 + 2 wasn't 4 for him. It was 2 + 2 = -7.
Yeah.
Some other shit. Like, oh wow.
I feel like I was doing all of the giving all of the
I'm not one
signal.
to take it, but we'll lay it on the table. Yeah. You get that?
What are we talking about?
So what it was reference to you, how they were how he wasn't picking up what you were putting down.
Oh, yeah.
That's why she said, I'm not going to take it, because you was like, am I supposed to just take this? Like, that's the only way that I'm interested is if I take it. And she's saying she's not one to take it, but she'll lay it on the table.
It was on the table.
Mm-hmm. Look at it was on the table.
It was on.
Ain't shit else to say after that.
I put it on. I made the table.
They put it on the damn table. She laid that bitch on the table.
All the stuff. All the.
Yeah, I mean, basically.
And everything.
It ain't enough for you to fall in love.
I'm just saying, when you not looking like that to that motherfucker, just sitting there ready to go, and he just
set the table for him, y'all.
Motherfucker wasn't computing at all. Like, he wasn't getting it at all.
He
like,
wanted me to spoon feed him the food. That's what he wanted.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, what Marcus say? Bitch, I've been recommended. Shut up. Chaz was the only person to read what I suggested. Still, shut up. Chelsea Marie. I just said and acknowledged that, yes, I need to get up on y'all books, man. What the fuck? I'm sorry. Seneca's laughing. Okay. The table was more connected to what you were putting down. Yep. How about this? The table broke when he put that, when you got on the table. That's just a blue, because he ain't recognized none of that shit. Table just snapped the hat. Oh shit, we gotta clean this up. That's that person's response.
I'm just like, work with me here. Something.
Yeah, sorry, basic.
Nah, it's okay.
Okay. All right. So I don't think I've asked a single question this whole entire night.
Okay, sorry.
No, I love it. Listen, that's less work for me to do.
Do you have something you want to ask me? No? Oh, you do?
I do.
Okay.
All right. So let's get on a positive note, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the things that you think that you like being said to you? Rather, it is just in your everyday life, in your sexual life, in your work life. Because remember, we did talk about that. Like, affirmations doesn't mean that it has to always be sexual. But what are some of the things that you might like for yourself?
I like when people can recognize. I know that. Let me say that before I say this, because I feel it's gonna like make people think like, oh well, people shouldn't always have to say that. I get it, and people might not always recognize it. But I like when people can recognize my effort in working on when it comes to whatever kind of relationship it is, whether it be our friendships or romantic relationships. Yeah. And when a friend of mine says to me, I appreciate, like, I can tell when you do certain things because you're trying to like protect my feelings, or what I'm interested in, or when we talk about the things that I'm like, I appreciate the way you listen to like what I have to say, and you never make me feel like I'm putting too much of a burden on you, or you're a good listener. Like, I think, just like I was saying, in like romantic relationships, I feel like that could be equally as important in your regular friendships, right? I like to let my friends know that I value your friendship and how much you've been there for me. And I like those same things back. I like to let my friends and my, the people that I loved know that I appreciate what they bring into my life. And so those are the kinds of things that I like to hear. Like, if a person can recognize, my effort and that I care and that I'm trying and that I want to show them that I'm trying and that they are important to me. Those are the kinds of things that I like. Those are the kinds of affirmations that I like to hear, because you don't want it to go unnoticed that you don't have to have it. They don't have to say it, because you're not doing it for the compliment. You're not doing it for them to call you out and say, you did a good job. You're not doing it for that reason, but it's nice to hear that it's recognized.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree with that wholeheartedly, as far as like what I would want for myself too. I do like when people recognize the person that I am towards people.
Mm-hmm.
I just, like I said, I really legitimately care, and I love people, and sometimes I can meet somebody for the first time and it'll feel like I've known them for years. I'm not one to make things just about me at all.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel like I'm making things about me, believe me, that's never the intent. The intent is to bring the spotlight to both of us.
Mm-hmm.
I like to move in spaces where it's like people can just be themselves around me, because I'm gonna have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun, and I do feel like we really only got a limited time here. We never know when we're gonna go. Like,
right.
Yeah, our podcast's been on for 1.5 years, but does it really feel like 1.5 years? No.
No, it doesn't.
I feel like we are in position to keep curating things and bringing people to us. So, like, the biggest compliment that I say, or the biggest thing that I like for myself, is that I can create friendships with anybody.
Yeah.
I have the ability to create friendships with people because I don't take things too serious. Just live life and just do what you do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to restrict myself from anybody or anything. I listen to everybody, but at the same time, who am I to judge?
All right. I'm going to go to the comments right quick before we go to our next thing. Julian gave snaps to your question, Mike. He liked your question. I also said that it's the same. Ooh, shit, my bad. Sorry. He was saying that it's the same for him. That's the kind of like things that he would like to hear. Hold on. Barrett Rosser was saying, I love when people recognize my character and personality, all relationships. Right. It's nice to hear. Like, you're not necessarily doing things for recognition, but it is nice to hear. I also appreciate compliments about the process. Like, I might not be all the way there, but I appreciate someone being invested in my process of getting there. Absolutely. Compliments or acknowledgement. It's just nice to get that, to get that reassurance that, you can see that I'm working towards something and that I'm trying. Okay, Marcus said, I'm too nice, Marcus, or Mike's too nice.
That's all right.
I can't be friends with anybody. Oh, God, I can't. Mike is, like I said earlier, he's probably one of the nicest people that you're ever going to meet. I can only say that about one other person who unfortunately passed in my family this year. He was one of the nicest, my brother-in-law, one of the absolute nicest people I've ever met in my life. Just nice for no reason at all. And no one who knew him could say they didn't like him. And I feel like you're one of those people, Mike. Like, if someone was like, I don't like Mike, I'd be like, what is wrong with you? Like, this says more about you than it does about Mike. Like, let's talk about you. Like, let's talk about you. Let's sit down and talk about what's happening here.
You gonna have a session with him?
Yeah. Let's dissect this. Because for what reason would you have to not like Mike? Like, you got beef with Mike? Of all the people that you could have beef with, him?
I think it proves. That knows, but
right.
Yeah,
I like being seen. So compliments that acknowledge my grind or hustle. Yes, that's a great compliment to get too. Condolences to you. Thank you so much. It was a tough time. It was very tough. It's a true loss. We were very blessed to have him in our life. honestly, without like no exaggeration, one of the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life, one of the best people that I've ever met in my entire life. And everyone who ever came into his like view could only give nothing but compliments about him because he was just a good guy. He was just an overall great person.
Don't even read that. A hater wrote it. So
Okay.
a hater wrote it.
A hater wrote it. Julian, I believe it was you who had said something earlier that I said we're going to piggyback off of that because it has something to do with my next set of questions. You mentioned people who have an excessive need for compliments and how that might be a reflection. No, he had.
Oh,
you said
okay.
That, but he was talking about in reference. He was referencing what you were saying,
okay.
And he was saying how that might be an indicator of a lack of something that they might have gotten or not have gotten in their childhood or from their parents or like growing up or something that might have happened to them to make them now be a person who needs excessive compliments. And I was going to ask how you, Mike, and how everybody here feels. How do you feel about, I mean, we all have seen memes, and stuff about people who overly need reassurance, or the girlfriend who will ask, if I was a potato, would you still love me? Like those questions.
Hate those freaking questions, man. Like,
if I had one leg, would you? I had a guy ask me, like, if I had one leg, Raquel, would you still date me?
What is this? 50 Cent 21 questions? Like, I'm confused. Like, the fuck.
So, like, how do y'all feel about like? Do you think that you would be a person who's equipped to? It's a twofold question.
Right. See, there you go. Right there.
Yes, that anxious attachment style, right? Some people
scallop
need if I was a potato, would you still love me?
Polysecure.
Polysecure is what you say. If people who need constant reassurance, are you equipped to handle it? Is it a time when it's too much? Do you think it could be cute? Are you able to date a woman who needs that, or woman or man, who needs that kind of constant reassurance and wants to be like, and asks those kinds of questions? And are you willing to recognize that maybe it's coming from a place of trauma? Maybe because they didn't get it somewhere else, they need it.
It's a fancy thing for me. I would say, the We Got Questions book club.
Look at that
segment. Don't worry, I will not give you 10% of that if we make. No, I'm playing. I am playing. So, no, I don't know. That's too tough. I do think that is a lot of factors going into a lot of these things. So it's a chance that it's a. Nah, I don't think I could do it. Yeah.
Would that be like the make or break thing in a relationship for you? Like if you felt like your person was too needy of your, because some guys will do it.
Yeah.
I get why it can be annoying, but some guys have no problem reassuring the person that they're with that they, how they feel about them. But is it like, for those of us in here, is it a point, like, is it too much?
Well, we're going to put it to the test right now. Okay, so basic. Mm-hmm. Listen, how come every time you walk by me, you never touch me like you used to? Can you start touching me like you used to? Remember when you used to take your hand and just do like this across my forehead and all this other stuff?
But did like this?
Do that like that? Yeah, can you do that again? Can you please do that again?
Oh my gosh.
How come we don't wash dishes together anymore? Like, how come, like, I got to wash them by myself or you wash them by yourself? Can we wash them together, please?
But would you consider that being neediness? If a person was saying that to you?
Not neediness. It's just it's a sign of reassurance. It's a sign of like, I want to spend time with you in these ways.
So but
I want you to do all the things. Create this physical touch with me.
Right. What's the point though? Hold on. But Mike, what is the point of that? At what point is it too much? At what point do we say, maybe I do need to reevaluate if I stop doing these things? And this might be too much. This is extra.
All right, so look, this is when it's too much. How come after I talked to you the last time about the fact that we didn't wash dishes together and we started washing dishes together again and we did it, you stopped doing it yesterday? How come we didn't do it yesterday? Can we please do it today? And let's keep doing this forever if we can? Too much to me. I'm going to be like, and now, no. That don't mean I'm legitimately going to say it like this. So people that's going to fire off their automatron brainwaves, don't do it. I'm going to be like, go sit the fuck down, please. Go sit down because
right.
You're doing too much right now.
Right.
But I'm not really going to say it that way. I'm just going to tell you, hey, listen, this going to have to. We gotta fall back just a little bit. We gotta fall back just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just fall back just a little bit.
Yeah.
What are they?
I feel like it might become excessive if I know I'm constantly trying to give you assurance and it feels like it's never enough. I think that's the point when it's too much. If I know that I am trying to keep in mind what you need from me and give that to you, and that still doesn't feel like enough, like that's still not enough for you, you need more, because all of the affirmation that I already give you isn't enough. If I know that I'm trying, that I am actively trying to give you the affirmation that you need, and that still isn't enough, that's when it's like, okay.
Yeah, something got to give.
Yeah, something's got to give.
Yeah, something got to give. You can pull up whatever you want if you want to push it up in the comments. We got the RTF stuff. I get it. RTFM. Read the FM manual. We got all that.
Let's see.
Seneca says, with that, you gotta give grace. People need space and times. That's what, based off of what you're talking. They're having conversations with each other. That's why I didn't want to post that up there.
Right. I'm trying to see if there's anything that's not like an interlinked conversation. There's some readers in here. Oh, when you said Rita, do you mean readers?
I don't know.
He said there's some readers in here. Can we start a book club? Is everybody
readers? They didn't try to say readers. Readers.
Oh,
it probably auto-corrected the fuck out of them. Or
like, is my name Rita? And I do. Is everyone's named Rita? And I didn't know.
That's Base's real name, Rita.
Marcus was saying something. Chaz, take it with a grain of salt. You would love. You would love languages. And then he said, love
languages.
You would. Take it with the same grain. I didn't read it correctly. I apologize, Marcus. Take it with the same grain of salt you would love languages. Because people treat love languages like horoscope. I agree with that.
They do. The motherfuckers be like, yeah, man, my physical touch. You know, I'm all about the words of affirmation. You know, that's the last on my list. So much more to you than a fucking love language.
And that I think Seneca was saying in response to when it's too much or when it begins to be too much, with that, you got to give grace. People need space sometimes.
Yeah.
Too much is another one of those things that's contextual, though, because if you haven't experienced giving it and don't do that, super heavy than any amount could be perceived as too much for you. True. It's on a trial by trial basis, like just what may be too much for me might not be too much for you, based on personal experience and what you're willing to give. And so there's a part of it that's based pretty heavily, I think, on communicating clearly with each other about needs and wants and what you're capable of and where that capability comes from or not. The voice, I'm voice to texting, by the way. That's what he said. I'm voice to texting, by the way. So that's where all the punctuations are. Oh, okay. Are missed. Got it. No, love languages are valid. Like I'm trained and have trained in delivering that as a course and workshop. And they are really serious, but people primarily get them wrong is the issue. Okay. So what was I saying? Just piggybacking off of what you just said, Julian, and thank you for all of those compliments. Thank you, all of you guys, Marcus, especially with your book recommendations. I've had a person tell me what they need, but also tell me what is difficult for them to give and what is difficult for them to do because of whatever. It could be because of their upbringing and personal traumas that they had. And they may struggle with certain things, but they will try. Like I've had a person say, I may struggle with saying things just the way you want to hear them, but I promise you, I will try to show you love and appreciation in every other way that I can try to. But I can't model everything in a cookie cutter way, or in this very specific cookie cutter way that you might be looking for, but I am able to show it to you in these other ways. And I will work very hard to show it to you this way. I've had a person tell me that like personal life traumas have also really kind of made them build up a certain guard when it comes to certain things. And maybe because of that, they weren't as receptive to the way I was showing love to them because they didn't know how to receive that kind of love, if that makes sense. Like they didn't know how to receive it because they have a wall up for a multitude of reasons. That has a lot to do with how they were brought up, and they have certain trust issues, and they always feel defensive. And so they can't receive, what I'm trying to give to them in the same way that they can't fully receive it. They can't fully receive my intent. They understand what I'm trying to do, but it may not have the same effect on them. So you're right. Communication is super important to let people know what you need, what you want, what you are able to give, what you're willing to give, so that you both can have an understanding from each other. What's up?
Nah, I'm reading the comments.
Oh, okay.
It's a good conversation going on in there. Julian did write something. Ness, man, she might be behind. If you are behind, you might want to fast forward. The chances are you're behind because, unless you just was throwing it in there just to make sure you hear. Hey, welcome to the last 7 minutes of the podcast. Mike equal Garfield. Whoa, Garfield is fucking lazy. Like, nah, he is the shit. My mom does make me good lasagna, but let's keep going on. I would say just to kind of piggyback off of everything everybody's saying, the love language thing. Yeah, I know what Marcus talked about on our previous episode around love languages and what was the things behind it, but it's just how you adapt it to yourself. And once again, I do agree by leaning on things too much. Like when people, it is crazy how people don't really. Marcus, what would be a good way to describe when people don't know how to directly define who they are as human beings, but only know how to define themselves based off of terms of life, like love languages or signs, horoscopes, and stuff like that? Like I'm trying to remember. No, you're fine, Cynthia. I'm just picking with you. You got to. Y'all can watch it back or tune in Wednesday. But yeah, the horoscopes and everything like that. Like those are the things that people more or less gravitate to and want to hug the fuck out of. Like, oh, you're a Leo. I don't want to date you. Well, good luck, Goofy. Like that has nothing to do with the fuck I am. But all right, cool.
I have friends that do that. They'll ask you your sign. Before they talk to you, a guy, they'll ask him his sign first, and if it's not one that they like, it'll be like, nope, I'm not even gonna give you a chance. I have friends that do that.
We really be failing in life sometimes.
I
Ain't no way. I'm not going to sit here and look at everybody. Now, I like to fuck around with the signs and talk shit. Like, I don't mind that at all. I'll tell a Cancer, like, oh, you're cancerous. But I just say it because it's funny. But at the same time, some cancers do be on some bullshit. Like, but that don't mean that. That's just my cancers that I experience. It's not everybody.
Right. It's like I had a Gemini break my heart once when I was in college. I'll never date a Gemini again. Right. So are you a Gemini?
Right. The fuck on y'all? Like, I'm trying to smash all them signs. I'm playing. I'm just being goofy. I'm being goofy. You should create a song called The Signs and just talk about everyone. Um, but I just think that that's silly shit. Like, it is not something that you should hold to your life standard and just be like, yeah, you are this, so I don't want to fucking talk to you. And you be sitting there looking at them like, okay. And then the crazy part is, you would do some stuff. Oh, you are Chelsea? Oh, yeah, you are a Cancer. Okay. That's what's up. It's more cancers in here. But damn, I kind of forgot my point. I think I was talking about somebody holding you to your son, right?
Mm-hmm. Mike, you cannot read the comments while you're talking.
Usually I'm pretty good at it. Today, I ain't shit.
Taurus here. Taurus through.
Okay. So like I said, it's dope. The sign thing is dope in theory.
Yeah.
But holding somebody to a sign standard, like, don't tell me I'm a fucking Leo because I might get happy about something. Be like, oh, you're just like a Leo when you find out I'm a Leo. I can lie to your goofy ass and tell you I'm a Pisces and then see what you say. Because then you're gonna say some shit that relates to Pisces. I'm like, no, wrong. I'm a Leo. Like, I don't have to test you.
I can tell you were like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then you correct them, and they be like, oh, but you might got Pisces in your sign. You might got it. So nah, bitch, you salty. That's all it is. It ain't in my rising moon.
And I'm like,
listen, it ain't in my Jupiter and Uranus and right. It ain't in my Pluto or Neptune. Like, nope, bitch. It ain't nowhere in the be. No. See, you lied. That's Leo shit. Get the fuck out of here. Sun, moon, rising, John. Exactly. Like, here we go. But I'm saying, like, that's just how goofy it gets. I don't know, because once I hear you in Aquarius, I'm up out of here. Oh,
damn!
Come on.
What did the Aquarius do to you? But does that Aquarius represent all Aquariuses, though?
Right. What V is this? Vanity, is that you? I don't know if that's my friend Vanity. Jupiter in Uranus. I'm just I don't know. I see how that was taken. If we not talking about the supremacy. Oh, see, there we go. Everybody's starting to be on that bullshit. I'm gonna leave this up here for y'all for a little bit. You know what I mean? Because all of y'all are acting just like that. I posted up for basic, but this is you niggas right now. Like, this is all of y'all. Y'all on y'all future right now. Y'all on y'all future. This is some bullshit. But basic, anything else? Oh, okay. Got it. What's up, Vanity? Welcome to the show. You gotta go back and watch all of it now because we were talking that gangster shit. But anything else before we get off here? You want to expound upon anything else? I would say this. Just overall, what I've learned from this conversation is that compliments don't mean that it's necessarily a bad thing, but it's also a work in progress for me. Yes. I'm working on it. I'm working on embracing it a little bit more. And I'm working on paying attention to when I'm not doing it.
Right. And I think as long as you want to.
Yeah.
And you're willing to, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Put that work in.
Right. I think everyone has to figure out where they fall and what they can do, what they're willing to do, what they need from their partner and what fits best for them. And then communicate also.
Right.
Like, if there's anything we've learned from today, it's that communication is super important. Because like you said, a person can't come to you a year down the line and be like, remember that time you didn't tell me I looked pretty in that red dress when we went out to the movies? You remember that time I had that red dress on and you didn't tell me that I looked good? I thought you hated me. And a year later, here we are a year later, and I've been thinking you hated me this whole time. So
God damn.
Communicate.
The headache is
on that night when you had that red dress on. If you didn't tell me that I looked good, I'll be like, you're not gonna say nothing about this red dress.
Listen, Listen, you don't understand.
You're not gonna tell me I look good?
I'm bringing
I
this
did this
closer because I'm just be real. I ain't fucking up with that stuff no more. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if the shorty I pick, you come show up with some shit on, and you telling me what type of time it is, I'm on time with you.
right. Right.
It is going down, and I'm gonna leave it as that. Like I'm not. No. Mm-mm.
Learn from my ex, y'all. Read. Don't just be sitting there waiting to be force fed.
Nah, I ain't waiting for shit. I'll be on a game fight for democracy with Marcus, and Marcus will be like, Mike, why the fuck is you standing still? Because I'm fighting for democracy somewhere else. I'm putting up a fight somewhere else.
Right?
I'm putting up a fight somewhere else. I'm gonna be punctual. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be punctual. I'm coming through straight up. Listen, I have so many plans. Like I can't even show you. I'm about to be dressing. I've been getting my ass stronger. I've been getting a little stronger now because I got back to my my workouts. Only thing I still need to work on is obviously just a little tummy that I have, the rumbly and my tumbly. But I have been doing a lot more walking, a lot more squatting, a lot more push-ups. I don't even lift nothing. I haven't lifted in a while. Hey, yo! What the fuck, yo? Hey, this is not an R. Kelly and Gail video interview, yo.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna promise you that clip will be on here next week. I'm gonna have that sitting here ready to go. Man, y'all killing me with this shit. I didn't go get into all that. I didn't go get into all that, yo. Anyway, like I was just saying, arms is coming up a little bit. I like it though. Like I'm starting to get a little bigger now again.
Okay.
All of that start kicking in. You know, I'm starting to look like something. I'm starting to feel like something. I just need to keep looking because now I want definition. I want the cut. I want all that stuff. I'm trying to be like a bag of dope. Cut the fuck up like a bag of dope. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. It's my goals for 2024 and beyond. So when I enter into my 40s, whoever in my life at that point, I'm gonna get these 40-year-old strokes. No, I'm playing. All right, I'm sorry. I know. Anyway, so it is that time. Basic.
Yeah.
You ready through our exit?
Yeah. I thought you were gonna be like, now it's time to say goodbye to all our company.
Meow, 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 meow. Keep on going.
He said, hope you're ready to eat a lot more.
Yeah, I've been eating like a motherfucker. I've been eating like a mofo. Like I eat fruit. Like I got a big ass thing of watermelon that I can't wait to eat. That ain't just gotta be. It's my dinner.
No, I was just gonna say I'm surprised I didn't see you sneak a piece while we were here.
Oh, I was debating it. I was debating the fuck out of that. Like I was gonna turn that camera off and come back munching like a motherfucker. Like, sure, why he keep going off camera? Because he eating fucking food.
Right, he's probably eating, guys.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you've been eating the last 2 episodes?
I've been drinking. Was I eating?
You was drinking too.
I was definitely drinking. I'll tear some candy up in this live. I mean, in this
candy up.
I'll eat some candy in a heartbeat in front of y'all. No qualms. At least it's not a piece of cheese.
Okay. I'll take that one to the chin. Anyway, so shouts out to everybody that has joined today. This is a really good, thoughtful, thought-provoking episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since it's been me and you.
Yes.
That's it. It was just me and you. I would have loved to have guests, but something to think about. Future episodes coming up, more collaborations, more fun stuff. I do have ideas of things I want to do. I don't mind blasting it out there, but I would love to have a conversation with people that are in the gay community. I want to talk to people in the gay community. I
Okay.
want to bring people on that's in the gay community or in the
Okay.
community period, like just to have conversations around stuff. Because
Okay.
obviously, if you see how this show has worked,
Mm-hmm.
it, it's just fun questions, never targeting towards anything to trigger anybody a certain way. Because you never know what triggers somebody, but I would love for people to come up and be able to just have the conversation. I want to know. I would love to have a gay mental health awareness day.
Feelings okay, you say.
Yes, yes,
Community, you
yes,
say.
yes, 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 yes. How do you know? How do you know? I don't mind. I'm into. We can't. You got to be ready for anything. If you're not ready for it, then you're not trying to be ready for it. I want to be ready for just conversations. It don't mean that it has to be. Look at the same way we ask questions on here. Just loving, fun, thought provoking questions. So I got you. Julian,
Diabolical baby.
Julian, if you want to talk about anything, you want to come up, come on. I already talked to you about this, so I would love for you to come up and talk your shit and have your fun. Do you think Tyson would do it? That is the question, Julian. Do you think Tyson would do it? Um, you let me know. And what's going on, Sherrod? How are you, brother? Okay, yeah. So it's something that we'll plan for. We'll get some stuff. It don't have to be that it has to be next week or anything like that. It just means that that's a thought. That's a thought.
I'm down.
Yeah, yeah. And I will tell anybody this that watches our podcast. Basic don't say no to a lot of things. This is literally just putting it in the air.
Mm-hmm.
She don't say no to a lot of things. But if I ever have a conversation with her and she says no, it's no for me too. Just letting y'all know this. Because she rarely says no. So when I know she's saying no, I'm like, oh, all right, we ain't doing it. Like, I don't even have to second guess it. Like, what, you sure? Like, no, it ain't never going to be like that. That shit a no. Because most of the time I'll be like, yeah, I want to do something with this. Okay, I'm down. It's usually like that all the time. But when it's like, yeah, no, it's like, oh, shit, she actually said no to that. Yeah, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. So, shouts out to Basic. She don't play no games. But, Ezek stuff. All right, thanks for the good convo. I got some food to make. Hey, do your
Ooh,
thing.
enjoy your food.
Yeah, do your thing. He probably might about to make some octopus and something else.
He told us what it was.
What was it?
There was some asparagus in there. I think some trout, maybe. I saw it. It was up in the comments.
Yeah, I figured it was okay. So you're making trout. All right, fish. All right, cool. All right. But listen, everybody that's come through, like I said, shouts out to everybody that was in the comments. Basic, y'all can follow her, of course, on all her platforms. I gotta lean in to do all this,
Yep,
just
it's the same everywhere, guys.
_basic_Lee. Follow her on all platforms. She is on everything. And then there's another page she got called Not So Basic. Y'all can follow that one. I'm gonna put that one up there next week. Follow on all platforms, Mike and see. Sometimes when you look that name up, you'll find me. But then you also, if you put 215, you'll find that all over the fucking place. So I gotta add the 215 into there. Like I said, make sure that y'all have liked, shared, and followed it out to people, and people knows what's going on. Just like because I want to make sure I shout out my crew. Oh, nice. Anybody that and I'm just offering this because no matter what, the one thing I can say about me is that somebody can criticize me all they want, but if you can't bring me experience, what are we talking about? Like, I don't know. I just me. I'm so anybody that needs help with possibly like coming up with their own podcast, different ideas and stuff that you want to do, let me know. TBC Productions is really working towards some stuff. And we have a couple of people that is joined up with us. Make sure that y'all are watching on this Thursday, the Butterfly and Baloney podcast. They are funny as shit. This is Tony Baloney and Butterfly Assassin. They are dope women. They play games together. They talk anime. They do a lot of different things. So I'm looking forward to being on there. I'm looking forward to bring Basic up in this geek life. That's what I want to see. Bring her over there. She's gonna have to do some research because when I go and pick the particular episode, she got to do some research. But yes, Butterfly and Baloney podcast Thursdays at 7.
Yes. Wait, or is it? I don't know. They got on to you for not knowing.
Follow them. Follow them. That's all I can say. Follow them on YouTube. They will be back September. I do know this. September 12th is their comeback. Like they're gearing up for their comeback September 12th. So go watch them then. Also TBC Tuesdays. That's the gaming day. Ness has been on my ass about this gaming day. Well, we got gaming day. I'm sorry, Ness. You don't really sound like that, but why? I have to do this to your voice because it's fun. And I know you're gonna message me and say some shit. So how's everything going on? It's going great, cuz it's going great. You're not there no more? We gotta talk. I'll hit you up when I get off of here. We gotta talk. But what was I just talking about? Oh, the TBC game
Tuesday.
night. Yeah, TBC Tuesdays for game night. We're probably going to do a little bit more of what is it called? Some more damn it, I always forget the name of this damn game. Party, Jackbox Party. We're going to do some of that. So also I'm probably going to buy another pack so we can play other games too. But I want to get at least people that can play that can be on camera. I would love for people to play and be on camera. If Basic has the time tomorrow, she want to come through. Come on through. You ain't got to spend but maybe a half hour, an hour, and complete it. I think you'll enjoy it. It's something that we could possibly do, and we got questions too. But
wait, what kind of game?
It's called Jackbox Party, and what happens is
you
use a separate device to basically play the game, and it might tell you like I want to play this game called guess. I think it's a guess game where people like how it goes is like. All of you are on camera, and you have to. I got you, Cynthia. All of us is on camera. I got you too, Cynthia. I got you in a second. Stay right there. Damn it, Cynthia. I don't think you got time to do this. But next week I'm bringing you up so you can start promoting your podcast and promoting your stuff. But how it goes basic is like how you on camera right here. It'll tell you. It'll read something on your phone, and you have to do what's on your phone, right? But there's a faker a part of the group, and the faker is the one that has to try to blend in with y'all, and your job is to pick the faker.
Okay.
And you don't pick the faker, it keeps going on, and the faker is the one that starts getting all the points. But if y'all pick the faker, then y'all get the points. You know, like. But then it could be more than one faker. They could be two. They can make two fakers, but it's pretty dope. Like, cause I think it's up to like 8 people, something like that. So. A bunch of people can play, so it's a fun game. It's a real fun game. So look forward to that on TBC Tuesdays. Plus, hopefully, me and Marcus be fighting for democracy, so y'all can catch us with that early. Because we're gonna fuck some shit up. I need to get these automatrons ass. I might even play it when I get off here for about 20 minutes. Never know. But also because I know there's a long exit, but I might as well get that away. Sports Sense. Make sure that y'all listen on TikTok. CRV Diva. Follow her. She does a thing called Big Up Your Biz. Anybody who has a business, you go on there and you talk about your business. I have been on there. Basic has been on there now, and it's pretty dope. You get to represent your podcast or represent your business, and you talk about it. And she helps promote it through her streaming platforms to help you get yours. It doesn't cost anything just to join, talk your business, and get people to follow you, get people to support you. So that's the one thing that I'm big on trying to do and trying to make happen. Like I said, TBC Productions is going to be doing some big things. On Wednesday, the replay of this podcast here will be live on there. We will do it then, and y'all be able to sit back and watch it with us. Chances are I probably won't play the full thing because the goal is to get you to come over to that side. It's a game called Hell Divers 2. It's on PS5 and PC. But of course, we got you. Make sure that y'all doing that. Make sure y'all watch us. Like I said, this Wednesday we'll be over there, but it's the fun of y'all over here. Make sure y'all are following us. We want subscriptions. Basic collected her first check today or yesterday. You remember that? Yeah, I mean, I sent her like $30 because we got paid like $60 or something like that for people supporting us on the podcast. So Basic got paid. She got her first check.
Right?
Y'all should have seen it. She was crying. She's like, that's my quarter.
My tears.
That's my quarterback. That's my quarterback. Anyway, so I got one more thing and then I'm completely done. TBC podcast on its way. Our first episode. I will be making sure I share it out. Next episode, I'll probably bring my uncle on so we can promote it. But football season is upon us. Cynthia, I want you to join us for our first episode. Thank you, Seneca. Yeah, right. She got that $30. I mean, listen, when you're getting paid for stuff now you know you're doing something. That's all I look at it. So, but TBC podcast come back. Me and my uncle, he calls himself old head, but he just might call himself Uncle Mike. You never know. So we're going to bring that back. We're talking about sports, family, all types of stuff that's our own personal experience. Basic can come through, do the, hey, Mets, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Mets.
Look, beef for Barkers is on Helldivers already. This motherfucker said, I'm going to beat you to democracy. Anyway, like I said, make sure y'all following us, and we're gonna make some big things happen this year. It's about pouring back into each other. I'm only making this big as it because I'm not gonna do it again next time. But we are all about making sure that everybody grows with us. We don't want to take nothing from you. That is not the goal. We want to make YouTube money. We want to make Twitch money. We want to make this money. We want to make that money. Yeah, you guys basically, you know what I mean? She got that 30. She might can slide you a quick 10, you know what I mean? But Ray, I want you to come on too. If you can, I want you to come on with me on Uncle Mike's episode. Like, want to bring it back in style, and I want to bring him back and never, ever, ever leave my uncle hanging with this stuff ever again to do something with somebody else. That is the main goal. That's my responsibility to it, and I need to stick to the thing because I'm having fun with what I do. I love this shit. Like, it really is fun. So with that being said, me and Basic are going to check out of here so we can go ahead and continue on with our lives. Basic got a lot of other things she probably got to do. She's going to turn her room back not pink anymore, probably make it a different color. That's her We Got Questions color. And y'all notice that? That shit is dope. I need to start doing what she do. And make a pink ass room so we can look real ambient in here. Like look a little lavender base in here. Like, but yeah. Of course, I will reach out to you, Julian. And remember, at any time, y'all don't have to just talk to me. Basic is sitting right there. Y'all can talk to her too. She is right here. She will talk to y'all back. Yeah. So with that being said, we will see y'all later and
see you guys next week.
See y'all next week. I'm trying to see if I can put anything. I'm gonna end it with one of my songs. How about that?
All right, sounds good.
Make sure that y'all go and listen to that Mike Hennessy on all platforms. All of the platforms.